Hello YouTubers, Dylan Her Fan 388 coming at you here with my last race official results for any sort of late model race for 2020. And it's kind of a bummer, but it's a big one. As you see, my Arca Midwest Tour shirt that Tim Olson gave me. He used to race in the ASA series and then the Midwest Tour, and then he left racing and then works for Elko, and then he also got to wear this shirt in 2013 to 2017. So this was pretty cool, and he gave me a boatload of ASA shirts. He gave me his first ASA Midwest Tour car that he drove, the Echo Power Tool 79 car that he ran in 2007 and in 2008. And that's a pretty special shirt. And next week, and he's going to drop off a boatload of his old postcards for me. So I'm going to talk about the Arca Midwest Tour event at La Crosse, the one I recorded for the Oktoberfest 200. That was run on October the 11th of 2020. And then I'm also going to rattle off the point standings. 71 cars are in the points for the Arca Midwest Tour division. At Elko, there's 29 cars, so the Midwest Tour that used to be called the ASA Midwest Tour, they held a lot more cars, and these are the super late models, and a lot of these drivers, some of them used to run in the old ASA Racing Series division. So, without further ado, I'm going to name off all 28 finishers that finished that race. So, without further ado, let's hop into it for the Oktoberfest 200 feature. And the big winner in that race after the 200 laps was Ty Majeski in the 91 Ford. And in second position, Rich Bickle Jr. in that 45 car. Nice run for him. I really like Rich a lot. Got his autograph. And he even drove Dick Trickle's 99 car in the vintage race. It was the 1977 Trans Am White Firebird by Pontiac. And that was a nice touch and a nice car too. So Andrew Morrissey in the 39 car comes home third. Fourth is Dan Ferguson in the 36 car. Also, he used to be an old ASA Racing Series driver, and so was Rich Bickle Jr. And he even raced against Dick Trickle, which is really cool. Justin Mondike in the 44 car finished fifth. In sixth position, the 78 car, Skylar Holzhausen is in sixth. And seventh position, number change to Casey Johnson. Did run the 47 car a few years ago. He switched numbers. He drove the black number 5 car, and it was orange. So Casey Johnson, the 5 car, comes home seventh. And the 15 car is Gabe Somers. I think that it's Sommers. So Gabe Somers. I think that's how you pronounce it. Came home 8th. In 9th position, looking good too. He almost won this race, and I was hoping he was going to. And then Andrew Morrissey decided to change plans and spin him out, and really made me really ticked off. And this is also a ASA driver. I saw this guy race in the last state fair race in the Minnesota State Fair in 2002 for the Miller Lite 300 on Labor Day weekend in September 2nd of 2002. Drove the 9 car that day. He drove the white number 5 car and got spun by Andrew Morrissey, but came home 9th. Top 10 finish, though, for the 9th place driver in the 5 of Johnny Sauter. In 10th position, the 77 car is Jonathan Island. And 11th position, the white 75 car is Dylan Hammond. And 12th position is John DeAngelis in the 7 car. Coming home 13th in that 33 car is Matthew Henderson. And 14th position is in the 14th position, car 98 of RJ Braun. I think I should pronounce that. And there was a lot of, and I think there was 3 number 8 cars in this race, and this was one of them. And it's just like the Big 8 division, these guys come everywhere, so they run the same numbers, so just different fonts and colors of the car and different manufacturers, of course. But coming on 15th in the 8 car is Chad Buds. And in 16th position in the 76 car is Jason Weinkoff. Coming home 17th position of that 14 car is Austin Nason. And in 18th position in car 80 is Ryan Farrell. And the 80 car kind of brought back memories when Brian Ruffner was in the ASA Midwest Tour Division in 2008 and in 2009 in the black and yellow 80 Ford Fusion. So that was a good touch. In 19th position is Xfinity and Gander Mountain Outdoors truck driver Derek Kraus in the 9 car comes from 19th. In 20th position in the 15 car is Dean LaPont. In 21st position, had to race his way into this and drove a 2007 to 2008 Monte Carlo body. Very nice touch. Blaze Orange and Electric Blue 70 car of Brady Bill. And 22nd position in the white and black number 8 cars, Billy Mohan. Really great to see Billy out there. He used to race in the ASA Midwest Tour Division. Saw him drive in 2008 the black with the green number 8. It looked like Dale Jr.'s Cup car, so very nice. But I drove that one and really, really cool. So Billy Mohan did a nice job. There's also 2 7 cars. And that second one in the green and black car for the number 7 and 23rd position is Paul Schaefer Jr. And 24th position in the black number 8 car is Brett Kirshner. Very, very cool dude. And very, very nice indeed. And there's actually 2. Oh yeah, there's 3 number 8s. Yep. So yep. And in the 25th position in car 52 is Brock Brock Hendrich. So very interesting last name, but he drove that 52 car, came home 25th. A guy that ran at Elko this year a little bit, and I think only showed up twice at Elko this year, but ran the ASA Arca Midwest Tour Division at La Crosse. And coming home 26th and having a good day was Michael Ostic in the 18 car. And another guy, he won the Big 8 championship at Elko. He won the Big 8 race on Saturday night at La Crosse, but wrecked the 72 car hard at the Oktoberfest ASA Midwest Tour, Arca Midwest Tour race. And 27th is Jacob Gady in the black 72 car. And in 28th position in the 11 car is Bobby Kendall. So that's your final out for the Arca Midwest Tour results right there. Now for the point standings. As I look down the list here, we actually have 81 cars that are now in. So it was 71, but I guess now they decided to crank in 81. So pretty cool. So we're gonna have a lot here. So, but your point leader and points and official points update and official points champion is Casey Johnson in the number 5 car. Nice job for him. And second position in the 15 car is Gabe Summers. And third position in the 44 car is Justin Mondike. And fourth position in the 77 car is Jonathan Island. And fifth position, the car number 7 is Paul Schaefer Jr. And sixth position in the points, 45 of Rich Bickle Jr. Nice. So great to see that. And seventh position in the overall standings in the 14 cars, Austin Nason. And eighth position in the 119 car, shocked this guy didn't show up at Oktoberfest, but he's 8th in points, is Dalton Zier. Ninth position and 7th in the points is John DeAngelis Jr. And in 10th in the points in the 80 cars, Ryan Farrell. 11th in the points in the 5 cars, Johnny Sauter. Right behind him in 12th is the 36 of Dan Ferrickson. 13th is the 4 of Luke Thanos. And the 14th position in car 16 is Caden Lafix, I think that's how you pronounce that. Very interesting last names on these guys. 15th position. Even though this guy won Oktoberfest, he did not have enough. He didn't have enough to get into the top 10, but comes home 15th overall in 2020 in the 91 at Ty Majeski. Right behind him in 16th position in car 78 is Skylar Holzhausen. In 17th position in car 75 is Dylan Hammond. In 18th position, the 76 car is Jason Weinkauf. In 19th position in the 11 cars, Bobby Kendall. Coming home 20th in car 98 is R.J. Braun. And 21st in the points and comes home 21st in the points in car 39 of Andrew Morrissey. In 22nd position in the 22nd in the points is car 52 of Ricky Barker. Or Ricky Backer, actually. And 23rd in car 52 is Brock Henrich. And 24th is the 2 car of Michael Bilderback, and he actually runs the Bay 8 and the Arca Members Tour Division, which is really, really cool. So, and in 25th in the points in car 42 is Dennis Prunty. Nice. And in 26th position in car 91 is Sammy Smith. And 27th in the points in car 25 is Jeff Storm. 28th in points in car 90 is Steve Doyer. In 29th position in car 13 is Andrew Brocker. And in 30th is the 9 car of Derek Krause. 31st in the 10 is Andy Monday. And that dude, I remember seeing him be in the ASA Midwest Tour Division. So he's been around in the Midwest late model series for a long time. Andy Monday, yep. And 32nd in the points in car 30 is Pete Vandermolen. And 33rd in the points in car 95 is Hurley Drovinsky. And 34th in the points in car 33 is Trevor Vandermolen. And 35th position in car 75 is Chris Weinkauf. Wow! 36 in the points, and in car 51 is Kyle Busch. Yeah, I've seen him in the Arca and ASA Midwest Tour before, but I would never like to see him at a race. And if he ever shows up, I would really like to kick a nice sized dent in that door. And 37th in the points in car 73 is Joe Vinci. 38th in points in car 14 is Carson Hokenver. I'm not sure. I'm going to say Carson Hockenvar. So Hockenver. So Carson Harkenver in 38th on the 14 car. Very interesting. And 39th in points in the 6 car is Eric White. In the 6 car and 39th in points. And 40th in the points in the car 34 is Maxwell Schultz. That's pretty cool. And car in position in the points in 41st. And car 01 is Joe Nilms. And car 41st in points. And 42nd is car 28 of Nathan Kelly. Name sounds familiar. I think so. And 43rd in points in car 22 is MG Gurensky. So yeah. And 44th in points in car 11 is Andy Jones. 45th in points in car 33 is Matthew Henderson. 46 is car 88 of Clay Kurtz. And in 47th is Chad Buds. And 48th in car 93 is Dave Stars. And 49th in points is car 3 of Alex Clubb. 50th in points is car number 8 of Eddie Hoffman. And that dude I really would like to meet, because I remember not only him in the ASA Midwest Tour division and the Arca Midwest Tour, he actually used to run in the old ASA late model series when it was redubbed after the ASA Racing Series. So that's really, really cool. And that was like 2007 and 2006 and 2008. So back in those glory days when I was really a diehard into this stuff. So it was right when I was starting to get into it. That dude was really cool. See, his 50th in points, 51st in points in car 50 is Jake Gill, in car 50, and 51st in points, and 52nd in points, car 9 of Tony Brutti. 53rd in points in car 16 is DJ Weltmeyer. And 54th in points in car 2, in car number 2, is Gregory Brockenhart. And in 55th in points in car 17 is Max Culler. So, yeah. And then 56th in points in car 5 is John Blay. And 57th in points in car number 12 is Mark McKenzie. And nice. I haven't seen this guy in a long time, but it would be really cool to see him come back. And I'd like to see him really, really race in this, or he's in the Arca Midwest Tour, but I like to see him like race lifetime. And he's 58th in points in car 40 at Jeremy Lee Pack. That brings back a lot of cool memories. And 59th in points in car 76 is Travis Volm. And in the 60th position in points in car 53 is Boris Djorkovic. And that guy used to run the 8 Ford Fusion in the 2014 Arca Midwest Tour event. And I remember the car's orange with and an orange number 8, same number as Dale Earnhardt Jr. Had orange trim on the A post, and it was a Ford Fusion. I'm not a big Ford guy, but that number 8 car was really, really cool, and Boris Djorkovic drove that thing. That was nice, and he switched it to 53. But in car 61, or actually in 61st in points in car 55 is Scott Cardner. And 62nd in points in car 15 is Dean LaPont. 63rd in points in car 70 is Brady Bill. 64th in points is the A car Billy Mohan. 65th in points, and this guy's won a lot of races this year, but he's really fallen back there in 65th. I was shocked that this guy didn't make the top 10, but and the 26 car Bubba Pollard is back there in 65th in points. 66th in car 87 is Jamie Wallace. 67th in the 55 car, an ASA Racing Series driver back in 2002 to 2003 and 2004. Drove the ASA Racing Series division. Love to meet this guy and talk about some of those old times. And 67th in points in car 55 at Todd Cleaver. That's so cool, he's still using the 55 like he was back in the good old days. And 68th in points in the black number 8 car, Brett Kirshner. And 69th in points in the black 72 car, Jacob Gady. 70th in points in the 26 car is Travis Braden. 71st in points in car 52 is Brent Stukera. 72nd in points in car 18 is Michael Ostic. 73rd in points in car 17 is Grant Gerbish. And 74th in points in car 45 is Jeff Vanderdoven. And 75th in points in car 32 is Brett Yecke. 76th in points in car number 4 is Bradley Tilton. 77th in points in car 9 is Bryson Benton. And 78th in points in car 34 is Brandon Hill. And 79th in points in car 36 is Tim Sprotnish. Tim Sprintosh. Sprintosh. Oh my god, these last names. Tim Sprintosh. Man, I'm having trouble with this one. 36 car Tim Sprintosh. That's what I'm gonna go with. In 80th in points in car 36 again is Louis Goss. And in 81st in points in car 28 is Corey Manders. So that's your point standings for the Arca Midwest Tour in 2020. So 81 cars, man, and there's some really, really interesting last names in there. Holy crap! So, but there's a few of the same numbers, but there's a lot of cool paint schemes in that division, and the Arca Midwest Tour definitely has. In the Big A division, they definitely have a lot cooler paint schemes than some of the NASCAR cars do. So that's why I usually have about 15 to 20 favorite drivers that I like, and primarily not just of the driver, but primarily of the car that they run, and those paint schemes just kind of throw me. It's like, man, those are cool. So it's pretty awesome what those guys can pull off and do. So it's really fun. So it's really, really great, and to get some of the shirts and all that stuff is really cool. So it's awesome. So I'm glad you guys were able to see this and come on board, and I like your guys' comments, and really, really glad to hear a lot of them from the last race at Elko to the Spectre Drag race at Elko for my commentary for that. So I gotta thank all you guys for your awesome comments, and keep those coming. So I really like positive feedback, so you guys are really making this work for me. And I gotta thank all 69 subscribers for coming on board. And it's been one heck of a 2020 year for me. I actually got contact with Wayne, the guy who owns Marshfield Speedway. He hooked me up with some really great postcards. He gave me Tim Schindel's 2010 ASMOS Tour postcard. It's pinned to my wall. And over here by my window is 2 Dick Trickle pictures with his 32 car in the Miller Lite 84 Buick from 1989, his rookie year, and it's autographed by him. So Wayne, I gotta thank you for that, and he is a really cool guy. If you ever get to meet Wayne, who owns the Marshfield Speedway, do not pass up the opportunity. I got to talk to him, shot in the dark, and he was by the 7-Eleven car, and he was running over to my bag. I pulled out my Stay Fair program book, and he goes, "Is that autographed by Dick Trickle?" I said, "No, it's not." He goes, "Boy, and if it was, I'd be calling you a god right now." I said, "Well, I actually don't have a Dick Trickle autograph." He hooked me up and mailed me a bunch of stuff, and it was really, really cool. So he gave me sweatshirts, koozies, and Marshfield hats. I got some of those down here, so it was really cool. And Tim Olson gave me his shirts, and like I said, next weekend he's going to mail me the postcards, which is really, really cool, and it's just really awesome. And then I was talking to Wayne and all that, and when I was done talking to him, I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and he says, after you left, I turned to a buddy next to me. He goes, "We need more race fans like that guy." Like it. So really, really cool. So hopefully 2021 will be a good success, and I'm also going to talk to the Bandolero drivers at Elko Speedway, and a lot of those guys are subscribed to my channel, so thank you for that. and you guys will definitely get some shout outs on my channel, and I'll like to do some interviews with you guys. So you guys really keep me going, and I talked to a couple of you this year off camera for my iPhone. So I just have a small operation. I use my iPhone, and then to watch it when I'm done on my iPhone on a bigger screen, I use my iPad. So it's a small operation, but it really works good. So thank you for all you guys, and for your awesome support, and I really dig it a lot. So I talked to a good buddy. His name is Mike Kangas, and I told him, I said, you know what? For buying that nose back there, that was $140 to measure on the whole race car. I said it's actually cheaper to be a race fan than it is a race driver, and he goes, it's kind of true. So it's pretty cool. So thank you for all you guys, and see you next year. Well, see you next year at the track, but I'm still gonna shoot just regular stuff with my guitar, and I got some slideshows coming up for off my iPad. So stay tuned for those. So thank you, and I'll see you at the track, hopefully very, very soon, for next year.